Good morning, everybody. Just got out of the shower, got done at the gym, and picked my son up from school, and ready to shave. Today, for the first time ever, I'm using an Arko stick. Bear with me if I screw that one up. My Lutz slant with my Rapira Platinum Lux that I always have been using lately. Madame Scodioli, this is I think the last one I have left, or second to last one. Is the Timshal Tobacco and Vanilla. And then my brush, my Marting Badger Green Bay brush. Go ahead and wet my face and then I'll start. First time using the stick. Wet the stick a little bit as well. While I'm running in there, I just want to read something to you guys. It's kind of my topic that I'm thinking of today. And it comes out of, I'm sorry if this sounds a little preachy, it's just kind of what's on my mind the last few days and what I'm seeing at work and other places. Fill up my bowl so I can dunk the stick better real fast. But I'll be reading out of the book of Matthew 15. And basically Jesus is talking about a parable. I won't read the whole thing just for time's sake, but Peter asked him to explain it, and Jesus is talking about what the Pharisees are saying and just things that come out of our mouths. And so he says, "Are you still so dull?" This is starting off at Matthew 15:16. Jesus asked them, "Don't you see that whatever enters the mouth goes into the stomach and then out of the body?" This is where I really want to hit is 18 here. "But the things that come out of a person's mouth come from the heart, and these defile them. For out of the heart comes evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false testimony, slander. These are what defile a person, but eating with unwashed hands does not defile them." So the main part is what I was talking about is not the unwashed hands, but that was kind of what they're talking about at the time. But more just the trying to point I'm getting at is what we say means a lot, and that also can go into Exodus 27, chapter 20, verse 7. Talking about not using the Lord's name in vain, and that's kind of the topic I want to. So I get really watery. We'll see. So this whole new experience for me. That's kind of what I'm going for today is I don't think as a society of Christians that we really take the name God, Lord, Savior, Jesus we don't give it the position it really should. You know, we all hear people, Christians, myself included, stub their toe and JC, or, GD, you'll hear all the different, things we'll say. You'll hear people cuss, all the time using God's name. And it's become a meaningless word to a lot of, that's how we treat it, at least in our vocabulary. And it's not. It's a sacred name. It shouldn't be used as an adjective, I think that's what my part of grammar I'm thinking of. But we shouldn't use it as a descriptive word to describe things, to describe our people, places, things, And I understand there's a difference between the big G and little g and all that stuff, but I think in our society nowadays, people just interchange them, and they don't really think twice. Slather really came together nice. I'm really surprised. I started off really watery. You can see it's holding good. But that's kind of my thought, So I don't want to get too deep, but just let's think about what how we're using the Lord's name. It's supposed to be a sacred thing. I'll probably only be doing 2 passes. I'm a little tender along the jawline from my straight shave yesterday. Got a little greedy. I decided, for those who watch, to go against the grain along the jawline on both sides. Should have just stuck at the 2 passes because that made that really tender. For the Arko soap, the stick lathered pretty good, I think. Seems to be holding up nice. It's the first time using a stick. It's kind of a weird feel. It was recommended to me, since I got 2 sticks, to mash it into a bowl. But I wanted to see how it felt to actually use it as a stick. Mainly because I'd like to be able to take one just on trip with me with a plastic bag and shove it in there and go. So I wanted to see how it worked that way. I might smash one into a container and keep one as a stick for travel. But yeah, I think we just got to think of, and it's probably the title I'll use, is what's in a name? What does the name really mean to us? And believe me, it's something that I struggle with a lot. And just like I talked about, it was yesterday, about the dual personality deal. Everything I mentioned, I'm guilty of. And that's why I usually mention it, is because it's on my mind, because I see myself doing it. And one way, by me saying these things, it's a way to me to kind of confess. And I don't mean like Catholic confession or anything like that, but it's a way for me to confess my faults, make them verbal, be held accountable by my brothers. So for those that don't feel we should hold each other accountable, go to I think it's the last paragraph in the book of James, and you'll see that as Christians we're supposed to hold each other accountable. So I ask you guys, hold me accountable. You know, for those that know me, you know, that kind of stuff. If you see me say something even on a video, please point it out. None of us are perfect. We're all striving to be better. Pretty good slickness. It's not bad. So the lather came together really fast. I'm really overall surprised. The scent, I know some people call it lemon pledge. I get that off the stick a lot more. It has more of a, I don't want to say industrial. I think that's a little too much when people say that, in my opinion. Obviously each sniffer is different. But I can see where people say lemon pledge. I happen to have been addicted to pledge when I was a kid. I actually got once in trouble because of pledge. Funny story. Had a babysitter during the summer. I think she was a college student. I'm going to go for 3. Mainly because I want to see how the lather holds for a 3 pass, and so to me it's my initial impression of this soap. But yeah, this my parents had, I can't remember if my mom had passed yet or not, but I was given a chore of, while my parents were at work, or dad, whoever, that I had to dust the house. And ooh, almost got in my eye. That was rough. Could have been rough. So, of course, I didn't want to do it, as most typical young kids, anyway, to skirt their chores. So I was told, no, you have to do it, or else I'll call your parents and all that stuff. And Well, I wasn't going to allow that to happen. So I started doing it, and to be a smart butt, what did I do? I got carried away because, once again, I actually love the smell of it. I went ahead and started pledging everything. Even the telephone. You know, the cord, remember the cord phones and all that stuff? I know it's going back a ways. But I even started doing that. And to the point where the babysitter actually called. I'm going to go, I guess it's technically with the grain on the jawline because I don't want to irritate it. This part of the shave is more for just experimentation to see how the lather held up. But yeah, the whole time this woman was on the phone with my dad. Pretty sure it was my dad. I was still using Pledge like crazy. I was just hyper as can be because of it. Needless to say, I did get in trouble. Nothing major, but my dad got me on the phone and had a nice little talk with me. It's good slickness. I mean, honestly, people, if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. I think mine were like $3 and change a deal. I think somebody said at one of the places they have West Coast Shaving or one of them. It's got a twist version, kind of like the twist alum bars, which I want to get one of these days. But instead of being in the paper like this, where you have to worry about the paper getting, you know, dorked up and messed up, it comes in like a plastic twist container. Let me go ahead and clean up. You can see that really didn't have to load the soap on my face too much. I was really kind of curious as to, for my own personal preference, how much lather I could really get by just rubbing the stick on my face. So let me just see how much I got off there. It's a decent amount left if you ask me. Still holding up really nice. That to me is, so it might be a little wet, but that's the last remnants of the brush. I call that pretty good if you ask me. Small little peaks. Got a lemony smell, a little bit bubbly, a little more water than I would like to see in there. But once again, that's the last bits of the brush, so wasn't as wet on my face. Now it's time for the Madame Scodioli Timshal. Tobacco and vanilla is the scent of this one. The next one I have to use, can't remember the name at the moment, but it's black tea and tobacco, if I remember correctly. I'll probably be pairing that tomorrow with the PAA black tea. Figure that's just a natural go with. I'm putting a good amount. Once again, these are samples. I want to see what. I can't say enough about these aftershaves. I don't think the scents last as long as Ginger's Guard. Actually, it's not that I don't think. I know that they don't. From my personal experience now, after 4 of them, I don't expect these other 2 to be any different, because the other ones were stronger scents too. But the post-shave feel is really, really nice. Very comparable. I'll be interested to get a full bottle of one of these. So far, it's probably going to be the Step Up, or Step Right Up, or Dust Shaker. But I do want to get a full one and see how, since this is such a small hole on the flow, to see how it compares with the amount of product I would normally get with my Ginger's Garden. For that might play a little bit in the scent strength, but I doubt it. But these will definitely be, I would dare say, number 2 in my den right now. Just great post feel. You can't go wrong. Check them out. Give them a shot. Please, everybody, just kind of take to heart what I said today. I know we all do it. We're all guilty. Me more than anybody else in a lot of ways. And that's just being real. You know, it's something to think about. Let's always try to be better every day. It's a struggle. It was a mistype to me in a message today, but I was told to enjoy my test of the day instead of the rest of the day. But in reality, it is a test. Every day is a test for us. We choose what we do, how we do it. Let's try to pass the test as best we can every day and try to achieve a better grade every day. God bless everyone. Please be kind to each other. Have a strong heart, compassion, and love each other. God bless.